Hello, beautiful souls. This is Chico, your fellow Fibro and chronic illness warrior, here to share some thoughts on a topic that's close to my heart. It's 5 a.m. in the UK. I haven't slept since 9 p.m. I'm currently going through what I call my insomnia phase, which is part and parcel of living with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. Do let me know where you're connecting from or where you're listening from, and if you resonate. How can you find happiness while living with a chronic illness? It's a question that's been on my mind for quite some time now, and I want to share with you what I've learned through my own journey with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. First of all, let's talk about the initial stages of diagnosis. I wasn't happy about receiving the news of my condition, but what I was grateful for was finally having a name of the symptoms that had been plaguing me for such a long time. It empowered me to start seeking answers and solutions. Living with a chronic illness can feel overwhelming and isolating. It's like you're navigating uncharted waters while carrying the heavy weight of your debilitating chronic symptoms. At times, it may seem like life has been taken away from you and you're left grappling with the loss of your former self. So, on to the most important question: how can you find happiness amidst all the chaos and the challenges of living with a debilitating chronic illness or illnesses? Through my journey, I've learned some valuable lessons which I wanted to share with you. First of all, it's essential to allow yourself time to grieve. Acknowledge the pain and loss you're experiencing and give yourself the space to mourn the life you once had. Next, acceptance is key. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging the reality of your situation and finding the strength to move forward. You are your own warrior and you have the power to shape your own narrative. Remember, it's okay to prioritize yourself, and this is one of the hardest lessons I've also learned for myself. You can't pour from an empty cup, so take care of your well-being first. Set boundaries, communicate your needs openly, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it most. Instead of focusing on finding a cure, shift your focus to healing. Healing is a journey. It involves finding what works best for you and your body. Embrace holistic approaches and empower yourself to take charge of your health. This includes finding natural ways of healing. Finally, find joy in the little things. Happiness isn't a constant state. It's about finding moments of peace and containment amidst the challenges. Cultivate gratitude, connect with nature, and surround yourself with positivity. Also connect with things that enable you to have the time that you didn't have before, to connect with things that bring out your creativity, things you enjoy the most, and you will discover that this will also ultimately start to fulfill you most if you haven't had the opportunity to start doing this yet. Finding happiness whilst living with a chronic illness is not easy. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of trials and tribulations. Ultimately, finding happiness is about embracing your truth, accepting your limitations, and finding joy in the present moment. Remember, you are resilient, you're worthy, and you're not alone in this journey. Lastly, I have a question for Fibro and chronic illness warriors. What does happiness mean to you? How have you reconciled living with a chronic illness? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to connecting with you real soon.